Welcome back to the Lash Out Loud podcast. I'm your host, Lisa. In part 2 of this episode, we continue our dialogue with my client, who is also a narrative therapist. As we shift into the practical and purposeful, this conversation centers on goal setting, accessing financial resources, and the importance of spiritual guidance and support while navigating healing and growth. We explore how rewriting your story isn't just emotional work, it's strategic, intentional, and deeply connected to the support systems you allow into your life. Whether you're rebuilding, realigning, or simply seeking clarity, this episode offers tools, perspective, and grounded wisdom to help you move forward with intention without losing sight of your values. Here's part 2 of Healing Conversations. What better way to experience new things than immersing yourself in full cultures?
One of my goals is that I would love to take Indigenous youth to other Indigenous cultures throughout the world. So I do want to take a group. But the barriers I face is that I do have my own business and I am registered with the government of Canada. But they have these other loopholes that you have to go through in order to receive funding.
The government's and their loopholes. When you figure out a way to jump through one hoop, there's 50 other hoops to jump through.
Yes.
So then it's very difficult. What resources that you found that have been able to help you figure out how to jump through these hoops?
When I was a university student, there was a term where I wasn't approved for funding, and I had to make a couple payments on my previous student loan before I could get a new one. And I had zero income. I'm also a single mom, so I had little kids at home.
My goodness.
So it was crazy. There was no way that I could get income. I even made an appointment with employment income assistance, and they're like, you need to go back to work. I'm like, I don't want to work in a school anymore. I want to go to school because I don't want to do that job. And they said, we can't help you. You're too educated. So,
wow.
Yeah, girl.
Wow. What?
So what I did was I went home and I applied for every single bursary and grant and scholarship. That school year, I got $50,000.
Oh, hell yes.
Yes, I always go back to there's always a way. There's money out there. There's ways to succeed.
There are. I find that a lot of people, they don't necessarily know what they want to do. And that's why they focus more on getting a job and working. And then they've realized, okay, I'm making money. Why do I need to go to school? What would you say to allow them to realize that education is truly important?
I love that you can still do your job and make money, but you can also invest in yourself. You can work towards your goals part time or full time if you can handle doing both. But I think because also inflation is real, that it is important to work, but it's also important not to give up on what you really want to do.
If there's a will, there's 100% a way.
Yes.
The sirens or affirmations. If there is a will, there's 100% a way, and you can literally get anything you want in this life. You just have to want it bad enough and then work for it. I've learned that you need to be in full-blown alignment with your goals, and the only way to get that is by writing it down. Making a plan, and then figuring out, okay, this is my biggest goal possible. Break down that big goal. Then break down those smaller goals, and then break it down until you're just like, okay, this is doable. I can handle these simple, smaller tasks because a step forward is literally still a step forward. Doesn't have to be massive.
So another thing that helps me is that I have a whiteboard that I see all the time. I do monthly goals. So I'll do a health goal, a money goal, and a business goal. So within those, I'll do 3 different things and I'll work a little bit towards each of those goals as much as I can in a week.
What are certain kinds of health goals for you?
I'm 42.
What? You're lying.
I'll show you my ID.
No, this is so funny because you're like my third 42-year-old back to freaking back.
Wow. 42 is a vibe.
Yeah, girl. My sister just got to 40. It is a vibe.
I love being 42.
I love that.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. I'm feeling 42.
So at my big age, I'm thinking about, my elderly years. I lift and I do yoga and I have a Peloton bike at home.
Oh, how do you like the Peloton bike?
I love it. I love it. I'm very consistent.
I love that. I want to try Pilates, but it seems so scary. No, girl, like I'm clumsy F. Like I'm clumsy. I was looking at one of my favorite girls, Daisy Marquez, on Instagram doing Pilates, and she's fit, okay? It was hard for her. And I'm just like, me? But no, I think you should absolutely try everything like at least once just to see what it's like. And you never know where that's going to take you.
Yes, 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 yes. I also meditate every day. I'm really heavy on the meditation.
Got to. I love the meditation. I found this different frequency. It's like 500 something gigahertz or whatever on YouTube. And I just listen to these frequencies while I meditate. That allows me to astral project so I can be able to consciously see different outcomes and talk to my ancestors. It's like we're all gathered at like the campfire type thing, you know what I mean? And I get to sit there and talk to them, and they're telling me and that, and we're with you, and we got you, don't worry. I'm the youngest in my family. I have very gigantic goals, and one of my major goals is to be able to take care of my mom, make sure that she has everything beyond her wildest dreams. Even though she doesn't want for anything, I want that for her. I want to be able to show her the world. They're pinpointing me in all these different directions and different avenues to take. I think that's so important. I was never a meditator up until this year.
Wow.
It's crazy.
So do you notice the big difference?
I've noticed an enormous difference, not only in myself internally, but in the ways that I view the world. I just walk lighter. Everything just feels like a step in the right direction every single time I step outside. Sometimes I don't even step outside, and then the messages come to me anyways. Like earlier today, prior to leaving the house, I was getting ready, and then I was listening to different videos on YouTube, and this one came up of this woman who said, "Your grandmother has a message for you." My dad's side, my grandmother's still alive, my Aji. My mom's side, my grandmother died when I was about 3 months old. Not even. Um, and this message was so specific. So when my mom had just coincidentally just got home from work right after this video finished, I asked her because the video was like, I don't know if your grandma says this, but your grandma was like, "You're gonna get this, god damn it, stop being worried." And I was laughing and I was like, we're Caribbean. I don't think my nanny would say god damn it. Like so when my mom walked in the door, I was like, "Mommy, you're home." And she's like, "Hey babe, you didn't leave yet?" And I was like, "No, I'm getting ready for the day. Just I have a really weird question for you." And she's so used to me asking weird random questions. Did nanny ever say god damn it? She's like, "Your nanny said worse than that." Like you're I started laughing. I was like, "Oh, okay." And I was just asking her all these like random questions. And she was like, "Where is this coming from?" And I was like, "This is gonna sound crazy, but I've been talking to Nanny more and more. We're very deep in the culture, right? So like we believe in all of that stuff. And my mom's never questioned any of my gifts or my abilities, whether it's being a seer, being a knower, being a dreamer. She never questioned it. She just knows that some way, somehow, I know. So when I told her, I sent her the video, and she was just like, "Wow, she's truly with you. She's fully, fully with you." And I was like, "I know. This makes sense why X, Y, and Z has never happened because clearly we are way more protected than we think. And it takes our loved ones to go into that realm just to be able to protect us from a different frequency."
Wow.
Death is just another form that we take on to maneuver forward.
Do you think she's with you right now?
I think she's never left. I think she like resides with me in every step of the way. Why do you ask?
Because I could feel someone or something when you're speaking. When I was really listening, I could feel something here. Like you were talking from right here, and I had to like reorient. So I felt someone here.
For the longest time, I never truly understood what my gifts were or what was going on, but I'm very much like magic. Like, that is all that flows around me. That's why strangers tell me their stories. People that don't open up randomly just open up about the most intense moments in their life. That was affirmation. You heard that too, right? Okay. People just randomly open up about different things that go on in their life. And it's intense and it's beautiful. And I feel very happy that I get to take that weight off because I don't know what burdens everyone goes through. I go through my own stuff, we go through our own stuff. So when I get that chance to really like sit in my gift for a second, it makes me so happy to do it. Sometimes it scares me because of how real it is. But wow, life feels so intense but so rewarding at the same time. Yes. I'm not materialistic by any means. I just thrive on experiences. Like that fills my cup. My cup is always half full until it runneth over. Just to be able to like take some weight off of other people because I'm not taking that weight on ever. That weight doesn't drag me down, doesn't do anything, but it just allows me to allow them to be more free. And that's the craziest feeling in the world. When you do therapy on people, have you ever seen them like physically like a sigh of relief?
Not really a sigh of relief, but for me, I call it magic. Like I can literally see their brain chemistry like making new pathways. So when I ask, intriguing, intentional questions, they're like, "Oh yeah, I never thought of it like that," or "That's true." And yes, this happened to me, but I never thought it was a gift until now.
You can't see my face, but just know I have the biggest smile because that is exactly what I always try to get people to get to the, oh yeah, like, oh, that makes me feel so happy because it's like, girl, you little silly goose, you never thought about it like this?
One of the core values of narrative therapy is that people are the experts of their lives. So for me, I explain it as a beautiful way to do therapy in a decolonized way. A lot of the sessions I've done have taken place on the land in ceremony, near the fire or the lake.
Touching nature is one of the best things you could do to ground yourself.
Yes, when I get these moments, it's just so beautiful to me. So I know deep down that I made a difference for them, and that's like the world to me.
Yes.
Yes.
And then because of the fact that you made a difference with that person, they don't ever forget you. And that's your form of art. A lot of things that we do as healers is an art form, truly, because we're crafting a whole new way for these people to really look at themselves. I didn't actually realize until when I was talking to the girl who's studying art therapy, that what I do is a form. I called it self-care therapy. Because that's literally what we're doing. This is a form of self-care and it is also a form of therapy because you're laying down, I'm just doing my magic back here. We're getting you to that place where you want to be. You can be free. This is never a judgment zone. It's a very laughing, funny zone. Like we really get in our element here. That's the best thing that everyone needs. Everyone needs a second to just breathe, be themselves, enjoy, and just
Feel safe.
Feel safe. I'm so used to being the strongest soldier that I forget that at the end of the day, I'm literally just God's little baby. Like,
Yes, girl.
it's crazy. How did you hear about me?
I went on Google.
Yep.
And I looked at the ratings. So I seen there was a bunch of 5-star ratings. So like, all right, I'm gonna go with this one.
As we come to the end of part 2 of Healing Conversations, I hope this dialogue reminded you that healing doesn't have to be done alone or without direction. Setting goals, seeking financial support, and leaning into spiritual guidance aren't signs of weakness. They're acts of self-respect and stewardship over your life. If something in this conversation resonated with you, take a moment to reflect on the story you're currently telling yourself and what support you might need to rewrite it with clarity and compassion. Thank Thank you for being here, for listening with an open heart, and for choosing growth. Join us in the next part as we continue exploring healing through honest conversation, lived experience, and intentional support. Until then, take care of yourself, mind, body, and spirit. I love you. Happy holidays.